Well, hello everyone. Welcome to a special edition of Flying with Mike. We are here in Innsbruck. The game plan today, plan to fly an X-Plane 11 aircraft, which leads to believe why we're going to have troubles in X-Plane 12. And it was a C90, just like you see here, except a really well done mod by Mr. Poinier that dynamite. And well, it's just and it's expected, just not performing as expected over here, folks. It was made for X-Plane 11 specifically, and what do you expect? So besides the numerous engine fires, there were some other little things that went on, so I decided to scrap it. We're taking the default KingAir. We're going to go the Scenic route up to Paris. Should take us about an hour and a half or so, but still going to be a lot of fun. We're just waiting on the passengers. We only have a few. We'll get into that pre-flight right now. So hop aboard. Let's go fly with Mike. How about it? All right, let's get Sim Toolkit up here and let's do a proper pre-flight here. I am going to go ahead at the moment and get us pre-filed into VATSIM. Let's see, currently 2226 Zulu, so let's plan on a 2310 departure, if not earlier. And like I said, KingAir C90. Now our aircraft code will be BE 20. So we'll just make sure everything else is good. No operator, boom. And we're not flying, well, we are going to fly RNAV, but we're not kind of showing it. So hopefully ATC will be kind. Hopefully they will be. It looks like they're kind of dwindling off here in Europe. So let's see here. I'm just zooming in to find LOWI. There you are. And we'll be on the ramp here momentarily. Connecting. Call sign November 43 X-Ray Sierra. Aircraft type BE 20. Make sure everything matches. 43XS, 43XS, and we're a BE20. We'll go ahead and connect. All right, Sim Toolkit says we're a little late. Yep, well, we were waiting on some visibility issues here. Think we got it made, even though Sim Toolkit shows another band of rain headed our way. So we're kind of in hurry-up mode here. So we are heading, oh, and I didn't actually announce where we were heading. How about Le Bourget? We're not going into what everyone loves to do, Paris de Gaulle or Orly. We're going a little off the beaten path, not much. We're only like 3, 4, 5 miles from Charles de Gaulle, so. But it ought to be fun. Now, a couple things we'll point out with the flight sim that came out, not X-Plane 12, but the flight plan, I should say. Let's do that right now. We'll click the clipboard here. This brings us up in a flight summary mode, so we get to see both the flight plan itself over here on the right, and then broken down by airport to help us out. Weather-wise, we're 99999. Visibility's up with light rain, and we got 5,000 broken. That's our minimums, folks, so we're good to go. 270 at 8, variable winds, so everything looks good. The other neat thing here is you can click taxi and it can show you how you get to your runway. And of course the other things. My favorite, loadout. And it's interesting that no matter what format you want SimBrief to look, be it Lufthansa, whatever year it is, United 2018, American, JetBlue, whichever one, Southwest, I think British Airways and Air Frog are in there. It'll always tell you your passengers here. Just keep that in mind, folks, if you're using those. All right, so you can see we got a whopping heavy load here, folks. 3 people. That's all that dared to fly with Mike today. But 700 pounds of payload, so we got some cargo in there. Fuel, 1442's already been pushed in. And over here, got about a 521-mile flight. Average wind in our face, 271 at 52, so that kind of stinks. And what was planned by dispatch? Stand by, got a cough. Oh, you gotta love the fall season and the fall allergies that come with it. Okay, no, you really don't have to. But anyway, notice the notice here. The departure we're using, they scheduled us on runway 8 with winds 270. I know, I'm going to have to go in there and kind of gib smack the dispatcher. But we're going to take off on runway 26 proper. Fuel breakdown. Our intended alternate is Orleans in France, not Brussels as they were wanting. A little closer by about 80 miles. So we'll go there if we need to divert. Direct, well, we'll take the pivot 4 or 5M pivot or PTV to PTV 1 Bravo. Not expecting that, folks. And then again, here is our routing. Not runway 8, but runway 26. And we will plan runway 7 at the moment. That could change. We'll see. All right, and that's it, folks, for the pre-flight. To get out of this, just click graphical flight summary. Again, it kind of looks like a clipboard. It'll put you right back. Give it a second. The weather will fill in. But we're not going to be there that long, so away with you, Sim Toolkit. All right, so there she is sitting on the line. The passengers are starting to board. And I just want to make one last check to make sure we came on here. It does not appear. Oh, yes, we did. We are on the map now. All right, so we are on VATSIM, and we're going to go see what we can do, folks. All right, so quick look at the aircraft. There's our exterior walk around. Everything looks in its place. The mod that was made for X-Plane 11, folks, beautiful looking gray aircraft winglets. I mean, just an outright beautiful aircraft. Lot of modifications done in the cockpit itself. Just spot on. Great work he did. Hope it's simple enough to bring it over to 12. I'm going to dig in. Maybe all I got to do is find an update for it, and boom, we'll have it flying next time. But for now, we'll go with default. So, all right, we're going to hop up into cockpit. And let's light these candles. One last look. Doors closed. All right. So what we're going to do now, we'll pull down AvTab. Here's what it looks like, folks. You know, that's another thing I want to bring up. If you're not familiar with LOWI, otherwise LOWI, Lima, Whiskey, Oscar, India, Innsbruck, Austria. Let me pull it up here real quick for you. There. And since I did that wrong, you probably haven't heard me for the last few seconds. Yeah, we had it on. We'll bring it up so it'll help trigger my mind here. Bear with me. There it is. All right, we were talking about SimBrief, and I don't know if any of that got through. I didn't look to see if the mic was moving. But we are located here in Innsbruck. Paris is like up in here. I'm not fully out. So you can see what we got to fly through. We'll talk more about the weather as we get along the way. Um, so, but the most important stuff is visible. If centers were up, you'd see them, towers and ground, and oh my, being up would be there as well. Obviously, they're not. So let's head over to we're on the low one, right? We're on the low chart here. So basically, our departure takes us to, as you can see, here's Innsbruck in our weather. It's going to take us along this route roughly to Mogti, then to KPT, then up here to, then we join the P66 and we fly that all the way. Is that loophole? Where's that? Well, we fly it to loophole, then we grab the, and you see how it goes. All right, so that gives you an idea. Well, that's the low en route chart. Basically, in the U.S., we'll take it up to about 20,000, 25,000. However, to get a feel for what we're flying in, let's zoom into the Alps, folks. Yeah, we're going to be flying through the Alps, hence the scenic route. So, hope you enjoy this, folks. So, we're going to be flying here. You can see the different restrictions in this area here as we turn out and head for Kempten and then on to Paris. All right, so we'll pull that out of the way and let us get ready to rumble here. Tab, toggle. That way you can see it again. We are centered. We're going to go to the home page, go to charts, and we got the KingAir checklist that I downloaded from xplane.org. It's free, folks. And a quick look at our speeds. Today we're going to probably rotate out at about 101. Flaps will be at 15, I think is what the notch is here. All right, so let's press on down. There's our landing. We'll figure that all up as we get there. Next page. So let's start in before start. Get this zoomed up a little bit. Okay, cabin doors locked, loaded, the passengers wait, emergency exits, control locks. Well, if you can't do this, folks, and this, and this, and this, the control locks are in place. Seat belts, harnesses, parking brake is set. Circuit breakers are in. Up on the overhead panel, everything is set. And landing gear lever is down. Oops. All right, so we are going to, we got to turn the battery switch on for some of this. Oh, there it is. Okay, so fuel pumps on. Boost pumps are on. Control levers. Now, the one thing about the mod that I really loved in X-Plane 11, he was able to tag both of these. So when you moved them, depending where you sat that mouse, they both moved instead of one at a time. Okay, we got our prop levers, high RPM, power levels, idle. We'll make sure they move. And our condition levers cut off. Okay, a little further down, firewall valves are closed. Those are right, I don't know how easy they're going to be to find, right here. And battery switch coming on. Inverter on. Transfer pumps on. And fire detection system. Good. Volts checked and cabin signs on. All right, so it is time, folks, for the good engine start. All right, I'm going to go ahead and get rid of this. Sorry, folks, we won't be seeing it much more. All right. Now you can, with that also come some other neat little, whoops, hang on, we don't need this anymore. I'm going to go ahead and get rid of the joysticks. All you got to do is click on the column. Okay, battery is on. Right ignition. I didn't think they were on. Now, let me kind of set the stage a little bit here. Those of you not familiar with X-Plane, now this was something that Microsoft missed out on for many years. Don't know if MustFuss does it or not, but they do it in X-Plane and have for quite a while. Let's go ahead and get our nav. Beacon lights. Look at that. It's not just winding up and the prop staying still. It's actually building. There we go. Got a good light off. Okay. Once we get her going, I am going to show one thing that does kind of little disheartening to me. So folks, if you're with the team behind this, I'm going to point it out here. And I found it on Zebo. Now, I can't complain to you all about Zebo. Can't about this one because it's default. Oh my gosh, that was loud. Sorry about that, folks. All right, hopefully that'll be better. All right, we got a good start. Let me make sure. Okay, oil pressures conditions a high idle. That's why we want to make sure those brakes are on, folks. Right generator on. Okay, no warning lights. Look at that, folks. Isn't that just awesome? I love watching that in here. Okay, there's 50, so we can turn it off. Go ahead and get the anti-ice on, generator on. And our two bleeds. And we've already got inverter, so we'll get a caution up here, which is very hard to see. Is there a dim switch? All right. And we're back to low idle. All right, so now we can move on. Avionics. Here we go. Everything timed up. Cabin temperature over. All right, and fuel control, heat, lights, transfer pumps on. Okay, annunciator's all clear except for our anti-ice and all. Instruments checked, and let's get the rest of our avionics on. That's down here, folks. Flight director and trim. HSI, we're going to 25,000. Okay, rudder boost, everything's set. Now, one thing that is kind of a pain is setting your headings and all, because it's down here. That mod that was made for X-Plane 11 put a heading and a course knob in as well. Like I said, he did a phenomenal job. I can't stress, you just have to take it easy with the plane. And I'm hearing people go, "Shouldn't have to, they're flying with Mike." Well, you got to. Okay, now for our departure, let's do that now. Runway's just right over to our left, folks, so quick taxi, we'll get to that. All right, so there's our departure, folks. Let me kind of zoom it up for you. All right, so Innsbruck approach 128,975. They're not online. Airport's 1,907 feet. Transition level, folks, we've been flying a lot of the U.S. lately. It's 10,000 here, 5,000 in France. Here's what we need for the approach, or I'm sorry, correction, departure. Jets and turboprops. So we're allowed onto this. It's a runway 26 RNAV. Okay, so we'll fly. Well, let's just come down to the directions. Okay, climb on track 258. Maintain visual until 4,000. Pause. Why 4,000? Well, folks, you see the tops of these mountains over here? You can hear, but not very deep into them. Folks, that's why. There are a lot of mountains here, and if you aren't in that channel, I'm calling it a channel here correctly. If you're in clouds and you come across the granite cumula, it
landing runway 26.
Let's see if these work. If not, we will turn it down even more. All right. So it'll end your day really quick if you smack granite cumula. Granite cumula, folks, by the way, is mountain obscured by cloud, and you don't see the tops. Claims a lot in Alaska, claims a lot probably here, but we don't hear about them. All right, so back to it. So first thing we got to get is 258. Now, what I like to do, you all know my little tricks. Oops. If you just push on it, oh, that didn't work. Never mind. We'll set it for 258. Hang on, is that 6.2? It is. All right, and then we'll just quickly get that set up, and we're raring and ready to go with those. Radios are set. Since we're VNav, we're not worried about it. The only thing we have left to do is the flight plan, most of which I've already preloaded in here. We're going to go ahead and put the departure in. So all you got to do, scroll down, select enter, Bourget 3H, enter, load. Now you have it loaded here. 505, 506, 507, 802, Mach T, and then on to our route. So literally, I can go right into nav and she'll fly it. All right, and there you see it painted out. I'll go ahead and put it here because it doesn't take much. There we go. And that way I have two systems here working for us. I'm actually going to turn that off. Okay, we are raring and ready to go. Flaps one notch. Got traffic in the area, so let's figure out if they're on the ground. It looks like they are. We're just going to taxi and take off. All right, taxi's on. Now, I meant to tell you the one thing that's discouraging. No lights. See, there's no beacon, no. And this is X-plane default, folks. So, of all the things I'm disappointed with and so far, I don't get too disappointed with default aircraft, folks. This does discourage me. So we are getting a strobe, but you just can't see them in the daylight. Zebo's the same way. I haven't checked with a couple of other aircraft I have, but we will be checking one tomorrow. So, on Saturday. What in the heck is that? Oh, someone that landed not announcing. Great. Probably going to want me to get out of his way, too. Innsbruck traffic, November 43, X-ray Sierra departing 26. Flaps set. Okay, lights set. No auto brakes, folks. High RPMs. All right, folks, here we go. Knots. Let's rotate. Positive rate, gear up. Lose speed. Hang on a second. Let me fix these real quick. All right, so we're on course now. Now let's get her climbing at a decent rate. $4,000. See what I mean, folks? You got to be very careful that you're in this slot. Otherwise, could be a rough day either side. By the way, folks, if I do sometimes seem distracted, as some call him, the junior first officer is here, but I call her my granddaughter, walking and escaping from everything we tell her not to. Boy, mom and dad are in for a thrill. All right, we need to get some anti-ice on. Okay, as we kind of look here, not too bad in the clouds here. Above is where it gets kind of a little wonky looking, we'll call it. You guys are following us up there. We should be making a turn here. We'll watch to make sure. There it goes. Everything's looking real good. And we'll come off flight plan there. let's go ahead and set our is it 21 in this one, or drops to 2000. Okay, we're about 10,000 feet. Landing lights coming off. We're at 1012 already, and we just broke free, folks. Well, we're getting there. See how that looks. All right, now we are headed for some high territory. That's why it says 11,000. You know what? Let's give it a try. Okay. We'll be out of the clouds here momentarily. And everything's going well, and it should. This is the default. Like I said, minor problems, but overall, folks, great airplane. So, all right, let's just can't break out of the clouds, can we, folks? This is where that rain was, so let's make sure a little bit out. Okay, we've got a right-hand turn coming up. Good climb. Let's see what our torque is doing. Let's go ahead. All right, so there you go, folks. Got a nice climb going. Let's make sure laps are up. I'm pretty sure they are, looking outside. The only bad thing is that gauge just where it's hard to see. But there you go. Not a bad. Let's see. Will that clear off? Oh, that's fine. All right, we're on our way, folks. Let's see what a cruise climb looks like here. Synchro phasers on, engine feathers off, engine instruments monitor, cabin signs. Well, they paid for it, we'll let them up. All right, so there you go, folks. We are on our way, climbing out, headed direct now, basically to KPT. We'll go ahead and pull that frequency in. And what we'll just do now, switch to this mode so you can just kind of watch. Miles to Magdi, we'll make a slight turn. That is actually not bad. Now you can see what I'm talking about. Now think if you were down in there, folks, see that? Granite cumula right there. You'd hit that without even knowing it. So you gotta know your area you're flying in. So, all right, we're in cruise, folks. Well, we're heading up. We've got a ways to go. Got our shield on. There it goes, clearing off for us nicely. The other thing is you got to be careful in his plane because the defrosters and everything work really good. Let's go ahead and get some prop ice on. Hey, auto feather. We are set, and make sure we got everything turned on. Pressurization looks good. And we didn't get to see the scenery as much as I'd like to, but folks, it looks fab, simple and marvelous. Okay, let's pull up a chart. All right, so we're looking at 108 fall. I'm going to go into VS. Get this thing accelerating. Of course, you gotta watch your torque because it does fall off as we go higher. Let's see here. Gonna get up here into the 20s and see how it does. Turbine is good, EGT is good. nice look there, guys. Good job there at Laminar. The big problem, again, no lights. That's my own, maybe, you know, we get there, we'll flip it into dark real quick and see if they light up. But they really didn't do that well for the Zeebo, and they're not doing well here. Maybe there's a circuit breaker. Nope, shouldn't be on this one. Cabin pressure looks good. Right, we're just going for 25. All right. See, we're on our way to KPT. Go ahead and pull charts out. And folks, enjoy the ride. We'll be back time to time as soon as we reach top climb. But for now, you know what? Let's do it. Bye-bye. And for those of you who subscribe to us, we do normally do this live over on Twitch. We got a late start today, folks. A lot of things going on. So I thought, what the heck, let's just at least do a video. So that's where this impetus came from for the idea here. Tomorrow, Saturday, and it'll be up soon as well. All my videos I try to put up to YouTube. So we will be doing a flight to Charleston, South Carolina tomorrow with the Tolus A319. Hope y'all can join. Again, like I said, we live stream on Twitch. If you are so inclined, September, SUB-tember, is in play with Twitch, and there are discounts with that. So we would love for you to subscribe over there. We'd love for you to subscribe here at our YouTube channel. I get enough people telling me, who knows, maybe I'll switch over and start doing this on YouTube. But for now, we'll stay with Twitch. But yeah, we thank you all very much. We thank every subscriber we have here, folks. I don't really have a chat running because we're in just a live, we're just in a video. But over on Twitch, if you in the chat room for Flying with Mike, click exclamation donate. If you're so inclined, you'll find how you can. Not required. We just, and just as a side note, anything we do receive goes into the sim. That's what helped us to get X-Plane 12. That's what we're flying today. Also helped us when we were with X-Plane 11 to get the FlyJ Sim 727, Fearless 747, and the Tolus A319, and the A319 that we'll be flying tomorrow in X-Plane 12. And folks, if you by chance catch this video before that one, which I'm pretty sure you won't, but you never know, you aren't going to want to miss that. That is a phenomenal plane, folks. I mean, there's a couple real-world streamers that fly A3 baby bus 318, 319, 320, 321s. And they're really caught off guard by what Tolus put out. So Yeah, and what little I've tested with it to learn, what I've watched from them to learn, even my eyes, I had to push back in like, holy cow. I only hope to be able to touch some of that tomorrow. There is no guarantee when I do this Mid-America to Charleston flight. But I hope to do a good justice for you all, and you all get to see it. But today we're leveling off at 25,000 feet in the C90 Beechcraft KingAir, one of the first generation KingAirs. So I'm glad y'all are watching. So kind of let the music set the pace. Let's go ahead. We have the ability. We have the technology. It's sometimes finding it that's the trick. There we go. That way you all can kind of get an idea where we are. Fly time to our destination. And we are, one thing, if you all didn't pay attention to, let me get leveled off here, get things all squared away, and take it from there. Hang on a second. Oh, wow. All right, let me see, are we off KPT now? Or are we still tracking in? We're tracking out, okay. All right, so we're tracking out, starting to build our speed back up. Come down here, see if there's a head gem or something here. What I'm on, folks, is the weather radar. Now, this gauge isn't wonky, folks. It really isn't. That's the wind we're in right now. Well, what? We are in that stiff of a crosswind. Remember, I told you in the pre-brief, as of, when did we run that brief? Just keep hitting the wrong switch, sorry folks. As of 2021 Zulu, 271 at 52. Now 52 in a big airline, oh, it's gonna throw it into a crab like we're doing. But it's not necessarily as, well, I guess it would be as pronounced. No, it's still a pretty stiff wind. All right, we're getting our speed up there. We're to about 160, which is about right usually for the default aircraft. All right, let's take a look at it again. Pay attention. Look at that, folks. That's crabbing for the wind. Missed it? Yeah, that's a 271-ish at 50-knot wind. At this level, the clouds really don't look all that bad. When you get up higher than this, folks, they get a little... They make... I don't know. There's just something about them. I don't know where to put my finger on them to tell Laminar in this beta process make them better. I just can't put my finger. But there you go, folks. Cruise. And I'd love to put it up closer to the barber, but that's about as barber pole as I can, but I can't. So, hey, we'll take it though, folks. Looking to see if any rain is showing up on our radar. It's like a little band right there, folks. And that's the one thing a little disheartening. I saw in some videos, better rain. Not sure what I didn't do right in my setup. A little jealous, if you will. But anyway, folks, it's beta. You can't really get all too angry with it. I mean, seriously, folks, problems are going to be abound. Things are going to happen, and that's what it's all about when you're in beta. Public release, pre-release beta. So, if not, fly X-Plane 11. It's stable as can be. We do plan some scenery flying, if I can get this right. We're hoping. In Paris, we're going to see. We've already seen from prior videos our 707, I think it was, to Los Angeles. We saw the Gateway Arch. That, folks, is not default. Again, default in X-Plane 11. You have to get an add-on. In this one, it was. A lot of cityscapes are there. Phoenix, we saw Phoenix. We saw Salt. Strike that. We did not see Salt Lake. That was X-Plane 11. But we have seen some really good, what I call monuments out there. Things that we look for VFR flying, like the Gateway Arch, like the Eiffel Tower, which was missing from X-Plane 11. Probably the Leaning Tower of Pisa and everything down in Rome and Greece. Things we would see down low, we couldn't see. Curious how much they've added since. If you add the arch, that tells me you've added a lot. So we're looking forward to that. Currently stand hour and 20 minutes out. So enjoy the music. It still seems kind of high. So we'll see how it goes and make mental notes if we need to turn things down. But enjoy, folks, and we'll be back, like I said, time to time. Keep you apprised on what's going on. All right, folks, I'm back with you, and let's see where we are. So we're off D-logged. Let's see where that actually puts us between point A or point B. Okay, so it got us where we are, okay. Alright, hope you enjoy the ride, folks. I know, kind of weird seeing flying with my Memorex, but you know what? Sometimes you just gotta do what you gotta do. Alright folks, back at you here, 25,000 feet with a little over an hour to go. And let's see what's going on. Be right back. Working with the granddaughter and the dogs. Stand by, folks. Alright folks, just past Strasbourg, Germany, and pushing on. Okay, you can see at Oborn, we make a turn down to Ypel. Then we start heading towards, that's where we actually enter the arrival. And what we're gonna do, kind of looking at this here, folks, we'll start our descent prior, because I'd like to be down around, well, we'll look at the arrival here in a minute. But I want to veer, and we'll kind of come through Paris to get over to the ILS. Giving you a little foreflight of what's to come. So I hope your weekend is kicked off well. It is Friday night that we're doing this taping. And I hope you all have had a great day. And looking forward to your weekends. And hope you all have great plans ahead. So be safe. Be kind to one another, folks. That's the best thing we could do. Love your neighbor as you love yourself. Love as you love God and Jesus. All right, so with that turn, I am going to go ahead, put us back into cockpit here. Let's get in the office. Let's kind of take a look at this arrival plan, shall we? All right, so there you see it up here in the upper right-hand corner. Epinal 3 Echo Arp is what will be coming in. Oh, I'm sorry, 9 Echo. From Epinal to Lovell to Boley to Troyes. And then from there, we're going to go to Ebury and Old Cab and plan to be at 7,000 feet by Ocabo. Okay. Pretty simple, straightforward stuff. And then from Ocabo, plan to run us kind of in this general direction so we can try and see what's there in Paris. You know, what little treats did they include in the scenery for us. Alright, so let's plan this out. We'll come over here to process. We're going to scroll up to arrival, sorry. Come down to EPL 9 Echo. Alright, now we'll go ahead and load the approach. ILS, why don't I see an ILS for 7? Huh, don't see an ILS for 7. Alright, so we'll go here. Alright, so Ocabo will take us direct and we'll probably do it ourselves, but if not, we'll go back and activate. Alright, so currently looks like about 200 miles to go. Not as much of a crab now, so we're more into the wind. Alright folks, let's just take a look back into the back real quick. Again, it is default, so don't expect a lot of fluff back here. But, you know, it's not too bad. Alright, so what do we have left here? Time-wise, about 45 minutes. What is showing? Not really sure what's online. Something's showing up online. Alright, well, we'll find out. If they want to talk, they know how to get a hold of us. Or is this... I have no idea what SimToolkit's trying to show off. Again, we're kind of in the foothills-ish to the Alps, but pretty much flatlands of France till you get further south, closer to the French Alps. But overall, the scenery really has changed not much. They've included a little more, but I think overall the actual physical scenery looks the same, minus a lot of autogen put in, a lot of things there, but still, I mean, folks, if you're looking for must-fuss, or better yet, put bing, boing, quality, go to must-fuss. If you're here for air quality, I still don't see Microsoft beating it, but people tell me otherwise. I'm gonna, you know, to each their own. So I think part of where people think must-fuss is better is it's easier to fly in, and don't realize it's really not that easy for a beginner to just take up and do what they do in the flight sims. So, but anyway, this is X-Plane 12. We are in the default KingAir, so folks, as with the sim, same logic goes to the aircraft. Folks, it's pre-release, it's beta. So expect the unexpected. Good and bad, like for me. The good, hey, the gateway arch was there, something that's been missing from X-Plane 11. Not from most of the Microsoft products that have been out today, but for X-Plane it was. Same with a lot of cities, a lot of buildings. We're going to be heading up to Chicago soon. We're going to get back into Europe and see what we can find here. Let me know what things to be looking for to see if they're there. Mind you, what I'm doing is I'm not looking to, well, USFAs don't have this. No, I'm actually going, FSX had it, why don't X-Plane? Let me say that again. I'm looking at what FSX, folks, that was a sim that Microsoft ran with since 2008 until 2020. That was theirs. Lockheed bought the rights to make Prepared off of that and only made minor improvements. Really, in the overall scope, folks, they were minor. You all will say, oh, they were dramatic. That's because you're dramatic. They really weren't. That's why I never went, folks. They just went to 64-bit from 34 eventually, not out of the box. So what I look at is, what could I, if I put FSX back on, I'm not putting MusFus on, folks. If I put FSX back in here, what am I gonna lose? What am I gonna gain? Oh, I'm gonna get better scenery. Duh. What did we just get? Somebody trying to ping us? Nope. But what I'm looking for is what's in FSX that's not in X-Plane 12. Like I said, the big stuff like the Gateway Arch, the Eiffel Tower. I don't know in X-Plane 11. I've never flown low enough to see. Did the Great Wall of China make it? It was in FSX. Matter of fact, there were some things out there for you to go look for, both in A Century of Flight and FSX. So that's a long way back, folks, for both of those. But yet X-Plane, no. So I'm glad to see the Arch. We're going to find out if the Eiffel Tower's here. Now I do know with 11 they did model New York City to some extent. I heard London to some extent, maybe Tokyo and Sydney to some extent. But in my opinion, they were not near the level that Microsoft put out in FSX. So that's what we're going to do when we get in there. We're going to kind of look. FSX had the Eiffel Tower, Notre Dame, the Louvre, something else. I have no idea what that something else was. And now granted, they may not be in the right place, just like the Capitol for Alaska, Juneau, the Capitol building, wrong place. Got FSX, go look. It's not at the airport. It's 13 miles south where the main city is. So, things like that I'm looking for. Did they get it right? Juneau, they did pretty good. We were there a few weeks ago, folks. They did a good... Oh, wait a minute. That was X-Plane 11. Strike that. So, we'll get to these places again, and we're going to see how did they do Alaska, folks. That's a place that will, you know, shed a lot of light. Alps would have shedded a lot of light if they weren't in clouds. And I could have made it clear, but you know what? It's always fun this time of the year, roll the dice. So, but anyway, we're on our way, folks. We are now, oh, I can't see. Looking like 39 minutes out. 39 miles. Wouldn't that be a gem? My other problem, and folks, this goes back to 11 as well with the defaults. What do we got here? We have a fault. Okay, turn off some cross feeds. Let's see if that did it. Oop. Let's try that key. Looks like I think we got it, folks. All right. But this right here with Kranebitten and folks, this goes to Microsoft as well. They cannot get the performance right in these planes. Kudos to what's his name? Hang on a second, folks. Oh, I gotta find it now. There it is. Young KingAir and the mods that he did for 2011, folks. He got that performance. I would say he nailed it. I'm sure there's a real world KingAir pilot going, nope, he was off. But you know what? To me, he nailed it. We were up here by about 180, 160, 180. You know, we were there. So he did a real good job. He made it a little tough in other areas, but you know what, folks? That's the finesse sometimes that goes into flying these planes. So, things Microsoft leaves out. So, all right, so we're going to go ahead and start setting up. We're not near top of descent yet. But we're getting awful doggone close. Props are still good. All right. So enjoy the ride. We'll begin our descent here in about 10 minutes. And like I said, we plan to kind of work our way to the center part of the city, even though in real world they probably wouldn't. We're doing it to see if the Eiffel Tower's there. That's the number one thing. See if Notre Dame is there too, because again, FSX has it. Not saying MS 2020. FSX, Fox Sierra X-Ray. That's what we're looking for. Then we'll start looking up for some other ones, because there's a whole bunch, folks. We got Rome, we got Athens, we got stuff that was not in 11 for Tel Aviv and Jerusalem, and out into the I never got over to Egypt to see if the pyramids were there, but we'll do it with FSX. Things like that, folks, is what I'm looking for. So if you know of landmark, monument type scenery that's missing but was in FSX, let me know. We'll head to it. Case in point, what I'm not looking for, although it would be phenomenal if it's here. Let's say we're going to make the run into Bataan. Or wait a minute, what's it called? No, not Bataan. What the heck's the name of that airport? The most toughest approach out there. Innsbruck, I do know, is one. Mexico City, I wouldn't go that far. Rio, again, not that much. Gibraltar, I'll give you that one. No, not Chile. I know Madeira, London City, Alba. Okay, they didn't have it. Paro. Paro is one of the more difficult approaches out there, folks. You're flying in the canyons, you're making a lot of turns, and it's one of those where you, like the old checkerboard in Hong Kong, you aim for a checkerboard. Got a great name, doesn't it? And you turn for the runway. Quite an interesting approach. In Hong Kong, it's no longer there, by the way, folks. But Paro is the monastery where they work, you know, some of the approach with visually. Is that there? It's not in 11. You got to get a download for it. It's free, don't get me wrong, but you got to have one. But yeah, they kind of work their way through the canyons. They got to be at specific altitudes at specific points before they make that turn for the runway. They ain't gonna make it, folks. So, and then they got to go back up to 18,000 and start it again. So, yeah, it's we've done it. It took us 6 attempts, but we did it. Yeah, it was fun. All right, so I'm thinking in about 20 miles, we'll start down for 15,000 at TROBOR. Let's go ahead, dial that one in. Let's click that, and that'll be 16,000. Touch that up. All right, do we have anything else we can work off? I'm starting to set up for the approach, folks. How about that? 1116 for now. Okay, so we're set there. What that'll do, folks, I'm going to take a bearing off of, and we're going to go direct, and that should take us pretty close to, if we have to do a left-hand pattern around the city to see if we see it, what we're there to see before heading over for the visual. Or ILS, we'll see what the weather's like. All right. We can put in 116.1 as well. F2. That's right there on the field. There we go. All right. So we got 12 miles off Bali to be at 15, 10. So yeah, we'll take it nice and easy. Ah, the grandbaby's on the run. All right, 10:20. All right, so we'll get that set here. And the co-pilot has finally showed for her duty in the cockpit. between the granddaughter and the dogs, we have their dog as well. It's quite comical, folks. So, if only I had a camera to show it all, but I don't. All right, so currently 26, we're about ready. We're going to go ahead and set it to 15. And I'm going to go ahead. Now, when you push right here, folks, that's going to center the heading. And when we're not on GPS, this will center, meaning straight ahead, your CDI needle. The CDI needle is right here. We are set on radar. Let me show you this. This is one thing I'm not a big fan of. And I know many corporate aircraft put this panel down here where you got to look down here. It's, to me, that's the wrong place, but that's what they did back in the day. So, but again, you got a lot of data you can put here. Of course, you know, right now, like I said, we're on ARC. Let's go to map. Well, we can go to HSI, ARC, nav, and then these two, ARC and map, are your weather radar. Different settings here for the screen in front. Put it on wind. Let's show you what that looks like. And it shows where the wind is. It's right there, 39. See how it's coming in at us? Don't believe me? Let's do that one. Flyby. See how it's crabbing? That's why. So let's go ahead and push it. And actually it may have centered. Let's find out. Come up a little bit. Yeah, it's centered on the heading we want. All right. Now we're on ARC. And yes, the first officer has returned. Oh, she's heading back to the back. Oh, I see you. Oh, sorry about that, folks. Having a little bit of fun here. All right, we are about to come down. We are within 20 miles. Yep, let's go ahead. Press, got a couple of options here. Let's take a look at them. We can go descent, then switch into VS, or we can just go VS. I am going to go descent. Get back up here and watch. And if need be, get us set right. And of course, we got to pull the power back. Don't go past the barber pole. 1,500 feet a minute should be a perfect descent. So, but again, folks, we thank you for watching our YouTube special. We didn't stream this, so I know some people may not be happy, but I hope you at least enjoy it over here on YouTube. So we do thank you. Smash that subscribe button, folks, if you think we did a great job. I'd love to have y'all aboard and see if we don't do a few more of these. So, okay, go ahead and put a bit more juice to it. Okay, I'm trying to get her up to the barber pole, and we're not having any luck at it. The 1-year-old. She's having a blast. Fighting going to bed. Just like we all did. And some still do. But anyway, moving on. Alright, so let's do those descent checks since we are now in them. Alright, so... Okay, pressurization set. Altimeter will be set at 5,000. Cabin signs on. Windshield anti-ice as required. We'll keep it on for now, but once we get down low enough, we'll turn it off. Hopefully the defrosters do their job. Power is required, and we'll set up for before landing here shortly. No, I kind of forgot about this, but let's go ahead and bring it back. There's where we are right now. There's our map. Getting caught up to us. See if we can't help. That can't help us in finding what we need. Scared me for a second. Saw that up there, folks. I went, we're supposed to be flying over that. We're about to turn for 53 frames a second, folks. Gives you an idea what to expect in the bird. We'll run down the likes and dislikes. It's default, folks, so the dislikes are pretty expected. The likes, however, might catch you off guard. So, let's see what's going on. Alright, folks, and down below you'll get a link to join our Discord if you'd like. We try to do a lot of stuff there. All our YouTube videos, recent ones, are up there. And also, we'd give you an announcement as to what's coming stream-wise. Okay, we're through 18,000. Not gonna probably make that by Troy. Let's see. Well, we possibly could. We still got 9 miles to fall. But if we don't, we'll set for 9. No, I'm sorry. I think it's 7,000. Give you an idea of what we're talking about here, folks. There you go. And at El Cabo, we'll try and get that bearing, and we'll come off and head towards what was that? Cornelius, and that should bring us right over the city. We'll be doing some VFR flying, so we'll be looking for Logness, and then we'll head over the city. And probably disconnect, not to set off any alarms. But we're going to level off at about, and we'll start at 9,000 and work our way down. So we're not too low, not too breaking rules. Well, we are going to make the 15,000 foot mark. That's awesome. Let's go ahead, take it the next step. 9,000. Let's see if it'll continue. Actually, we're going to drop to 7, so then we'll fly over the city at 7. Okay, so I see BRY. Let's see what they are. South of the road. Okay. All right, so here we go, folks. Okay, we're under 250, so we can just keep the throttle settings as is and work our way down to 9,000 and 7,000. I think we've got plenty of room to make 9,000. Okay. Beautiful day here in, well, night now in France. We're flying it where we took off with the sun. Back in Innsbruck, it was just past daybreak by about an hour, so. Okay, we're gonna come off windshield heat. Is that not going up? Is it already armed? It's already armed. That would be why. Alright. Well, we're still doing good. As long as we're below the barber pole, I'm okay. And I do look to get back into Alaska and do some air ambulance work, flying aircraft. Don't have the correct setup to do helicopter work, folks. So don't look for that, unless you like to look for crashes. And I know some of you out there, that's all you look for, is people gonna crash. But, yeah, we're going to, do a little experimentation up there. All right, we're coming up on 9,000. 5 to go. 5 being 5 miles. So we should get leveled off, and we'll begin our slowdown a little bit. Not much, just a little. Like I said, I am going to try to fly over the city itself, or close enough to it to see the Eiffel Tower, hopefully Notre Dame, maybe the Louvre. Who knows what kind of secrets they will uncover us as we fly over. All right, there's 9,000. Let's go ahead and put in our altimeter is 1020. Okay. All right, let's zoom down. Just came off of Kaba. Dropped to 7. Descent. And let's get our landing lights. And then we will be doing our best here. We'll probably come off the GPS once we get turned towards Le Bourget. We're going to be a fair amount of miles off, so we'll swing. Okay, we're making Okaba. All right, here comes that turn. Okay, we should make that turn, and now we center us. Well, I am going to set for a heading. Right, let's get this one up there now. Let's see. Okay, let's see how this works out. Considering I don't have this chart, I know of. So we're going there. All right. Let's see what we have up ahead. Alright, so there we go, folks. We're headed into okay, so we're kind of cut. Really can't figure out what they had us doing on that approach. Let's see. Okay, so there's LFPO. It's a good sign for where we're now. Let's see. Let's see. Trying to find. I saw a streamer yesterday or the day before put a video out with a new Paris de Gaulle scenery. Looked phenomenal. Probably not gonna buy it, but folks, if you're in Europe and you fly Europe and you come into Paris, well, it looked really sweet for X-Plane 12. Okay, I'm going to use 500 as my initial. We're going to fly towards LFPB. That'll keep us outside that restricted area. But I'm going to be looking. Morley should be coming up here in sight soon. There's early right there. Okay. Okay, folks, we are going to begin our descent. All right, so we're going to turn due north.
Thanking.
downtown Paris. Still don't see the Eiffel Tower. Here's Le Bourget. Yep, I'm not seeing a lot of what I should see unless I'm not in the right area. All right. Had our fun. I'm not finding it. Nope, not finding it. So not every landmark is there. I'm not sure what's up with the Eiffel Tower being such a secret, but well, whatever. Yep, not seeing it, folks. If you see it, yell. Love to hear it. Put it in the comments so I know where to look. But not there. All right, altitude. 3,000. Okay, we'll intercept the ILS, even though we aren't going to tune it in. Hopefully at 12 miles we'll see it. As come around heading 067. Boy, Eiffel Tower could be right here. Hang on a second, folks. According to this, the Eiffel Tower. Nope, don't see it. Okay. Supposedly the runway is right out there somewhere. Oh, I think I got it. Last look. Sure not seeing it, folks. Should be a beam. Last look, didn't see it. Alright, so the Eiffel Tower on my version is not there. Things are visible now than they were. So we're going to stop sightseeing and get into the cockpit here, do our landing. Checks are complete. Stable landing. welcome in. That was a nice one. There's the runway. Alright, so welcome into Le Bourget. Cross this runway real quick. So many places to park, folks. Just all right, let me do the shutdown here. Okay, second here, folks. Okay, Avionics can turn. All right, while we wait 1 minute, we got about 15 seconds to go. 590 feet a minute. So a nice little thump into here. All right, that's good enough. Let's finish this off. And Volanta was nice, gave us $4.99. It was a nice little flight there, folks. Didn't get to see the Eiffel Tower as hoped, but you know, X-Plane 12 is still looking really good. So let's get ready to wrap this up. Yeah, 590. We did our nice little fly around Paris. Let's hop up. Glad I did that because still. Okay. Let's look. Well, let's do this first. Disconnect from VATSIM. Chart time. Well, sorry, folks, didn't see the Eiffel Tower, and I don't know truly where to even Paris, all the downtown area. Well, enough of that. Anyway, folks, let's pull up Sim Toolkit, and we'll wrap this up. All right, so there you go. Now, why do I bring up Sim Toolkit for those who are familiar with the stream? We bring it up to show the landing report. The good, the bad, the ugly, and this was sort of kind of on the ugly side. All right, so let's finish that up. Okay, once you have your logbook up here for your flight, there it is, right there, click on it. Okay, then you want to view the details. Here is a preview. So we landed at 93. That's actually not bad. Oh, I knew we weren't going to do well, folks, just so you know. 2.5 Gs. Here is the detailed information. We landed short, 813 feet down the runway. We should have been about 1,000, and we were on the center line, so at least we managed that. Now, in the real world, folks, pilots could care, well, let me rephrase that. They do care how hard they hit. You know, it is still a badge of honor. But they're more concerned that they landed from here to here. So from these hash marks here back to the blue dot. That's called the landing zone. That's what they actually gauge how they did. They don't get numbers in their airplane. Oh, you landed at 462.56666254. No, they don't. They're looking at us where we touched down. They don't even get this. They know that like I did. I knew I was short. This is the aim bars. These bars right here, the pappies are right there, are what we aim for visually. Pappies also help. And again, we were short. So, you can learn a lot. Our heading was 66, ideal 67. That's not bad. Pitch, full speed, first vertical speed it will record, and so forth. So there you have it, folks. That's what Sim Toolkit can do to help you learn. Folks, it's been, I'm going to say, better part 3-4 months, maybe 5, since I've flown this plane. This plane particularly, well, I haven't flown it in X-Plane 12, but prior to that, I flew it in X-Plane 11 quite a bit. So, but the one thing we can do here that, unfortunately, if you are with must fuss, and folks, I say that because you have to fuss with the Microsoft a lot to get it going. Now, we're fussing with X-Plane 12 only because it's in beta. Once it's out of beta in general release, usually that's all we got to worry. But the one thing we can do here, you can't do right out of the plane without a download, is go up here to flight and click toggle replay. Again, you can get a download. You can have to remember to start it. And then you can replay your landings to learn off of them, or to gawk over, or to look at me, Mafe. I landed on the runway. I got that one. So all we do is click that, and I can go all the way back to takeoff. I can pick anywhere inside the flight I want to re-see. Me, I just want to go back to a little bit further. Bit forward. Just do it this way. Now the reason all of this is not showing up, folks, I got the battery on. There's the runway, so you know what I'm going to do? That'll let me look even more. I may have to fly closer, but whatever. Nice to me. They did get some pretty good trains and stuff in here. I mean, they've done a good job, folks. I think these marks are off in X-Plane 12, but they are in 11 too, so we're going to pass that up. Actually, we're going to... I didn't even go to beta. You notice the flaps were out. They were... Let's go take a look at some videos. Yeah, that's a good thumper. Thumper was alive and well. So you see, that wing has a stable approach until right there. Yeah, got him here. Made it in, everything's in one piece. Just one more time. Give it a chance for the tower to pick it up so we can save some grace. Not gonna get any grace saved. Alright folks, we're gonna wrap it up here. Okay, and like I said, we are going to wrap here, folks. I want to thank you all for watching. Again, smash that subscribe if you so choose. We'd love to see you visit us on future videos we post to YouTube. Otherwise, folks, come over to Twitch. Watch us flying with Mike over Twitch live. Like I said, Saturday the 17th, I think it is. Our next stream. Mid-America Airport outside St. Louis, heading over to Charleston, South Carolina. So, good to see you on it, folks. But again, smash that subscribe. That way, you'll know you'll see videos as we post. For now, folks, again, thanks for flying with Mike. And we really hope you all take care. Have a great weekend. Great day ahead. God bless you all. Have a great day. Again, God bless you all. Have a great day. We'll see you on the next video.